Hello again and welcome back to my channel and to the Ultimate Racing League and race 2 from round 2 of our Scirocco GR4 Sunday Championship here at Sardegna on the A road track course. So we see race 1, didn't we, and good victory from Tiddy Milk in that one. Absolutely left him in the end and deserved the win that he got in the end there. So this is a reverse grid though here for race 2. Another 12 laps around this 3.1 mile anti-clockwise circuit here on the Mediterranean. So let's go through this grid. Now this is, as I said at the end of race 1, this is mediums and hards only on this race. So there will be a stop as well because they do have to run both compounds, a minimum of 2 laps only on the hard tyre though, so it's all about a little bit of strategy here as well as reactions times here off this grid. So let's get on with this second race and let's go through the grid now. So on pole position we have Firepower, we got DB in second, Smith in third, Bandit in fourth, Seamus in fifth, Ginger sixth, Colesberg in seventh, Saint in eighth, Love Rocket Rods in ninth, Fazzy in 10th, 80 in 11th, Pablo 12th and Tiddy Milk in 13th. What's those lights again? And away we go. Mediums for Firepower, along with hard tyres for DB. So we're going to see how these tyres fare on these Sciroccos. DB already taking the lead from Firepower. Ooh, and he's gone right back, Firepower. Late on the bit, hard on the brakes there. He's got himself all the way back to 8th and a little bit clogged up there, but from pole position all the way to 10th now, and he stays right out of the way of everybody. And does he have an issue? Has he got an issue early doors here in this race, because he just completely lost all traction going through turn 1 and then just seemed to pull out the way and let everybody go past him. So we'll keep an eye on Firepower, but up front is DB. Got himself from second place on those hard tyres up to the lead. Smith in second place now on those hard tyres. Seamus in third on the mediums. Then we got Bandit on the hards. Fazzy in fifth on the hards. Ginger hards, 80 hards. Mediums for Love Rocket Rod. Saint on the hards. Mediums for Tiddy Milk. Hards for Pablo Colesberg on the hards, and Firepower on the medium. So actually quite a few people starting on those hard tyres and getting them out of the way early. The DB is Smith in second, taking a very tight, unusual line through there, and yeah, I thought it was a little bit narrow. Smith hits that barrier hard and Fazzy goes past, and he's going to be dropping positions here as Bandit also goes up the inside through turn 14. So just hit it a little bit wrong, didn't he? And some damage, obviously, on that right-hand side of Smith now. Very narrow, unusual line going through the corner, which led to that little mistake as AD now attacks him. And actually, AD on the outside, Ginger on the inside, and Smith getting beaten up here already. Those hard tyres, and AD. Ginger either side of him into turn 1. Oh, and this might not end well, and someone's out, and I think that's Bandit. I think it is Bandit. Yes, it is, and he wants to stay out of the way. He's trying to keep himself on the inside. Let's have a look what happened. Did he get a little nudge? No, I think he's done it all himself. Or did he? Can't really tell from that angle. Let's have another look. Let's go on board, maybe. That will help. So 4th place for Bandit, trying to chase down as we see Seamus having a go at DB for the lead ahead. In the rear view mirror at this point, they all close in fast, and well, it was AD there that had a little touch, but I don't think there was anything too in that really, if I'm honest. I'm not going to call it, but and then Firepower there as well. So Bandit, there's Firepower back to 13th. So disaster for him through turn 1. Seamus then, as we see, took that lead from DB at turn 1, and now the white blue Red Bull car is in the front as DB hits that barrier hard. Fazzy's going to certainly take the second off him there. He does. Seen a few people hit that barrier on the outside, hasn't he, through Church Corner. In race 1, it looks like they're going to be doing the same here in race 2. Just not quite getting it right, some of the drivers at the moment. As we see DB now down to 3rd. Didn't get any damage though, thankfully, so it's not going to slow him down too much. Just lost a place to Fazzy. AD in 4th, but with Tiddy Milk now winner from race 1, remember, all over him on those medium tyres, AD on the hards. But does he have a go down here? Not going to go for that. Too far back. Ginger, Smith, Love Rocket, Colesberg, Pablo, Saint, Bandit and Firepower. And Seamus. He's already going for it on those medium tyres now. With the mediums, they're going to just run it as long as they can. I always say this. Someone's diving in already. In fact, there's all that hard. Look at look. We've got Fazzy in. We've got DB in. AD's in. Ginger's in. Pablo's in. Bandit in. So we've got, what, 5 cars already in there taking off the hard tyres. So they literally have done their minimum 2 laps. That's it. So we're going to have a long stint on those medium tyres. But, meanwhile, up top, Seamus on those medium tyres. He's now got a lovely lead over Tiddy Milk. Now that's a big lead. What happened to Tiddy Milk? Was there? Let's see, did we go back and have a look? Because it looked like he was closer than that at one point, but no, maybe not. A little bit of going on between Love Rocket, Rods and Smith and Colesberg, but no, Seamus has just left them. Absolutely steaming ahead here now, Seamus. Coming through 4 and 5 and up towards 6. But he has got a massive lead already on those medium tyres. Obviously got that fastest lap of 1:53.2, so really go for it here in race 2 is Seamus. Tiddy Milk also on the mediums. A little bit ragged in comparison, but he was our winner from race 1, so I don't say too much at this stage. We're only 3 laps in out of the 12. Obviously with the stops as well that they're going to have to make, things can change. Change very quickly. It's Tiddy Milk pushing hard. He's not going to let Seamus get away too far, is he? Quick sectors as well for Tiddy Milk at the moment. Goes wide there, but that's kind of normal anyway. Love Rocket Rod's up to 3rd now. Now he was in 3rd, wasn't he, in race 1 for a little while, then suddenly just everyone was kind of aiming for him through chicanes 4 and 5 and kept hitting him, and he just eventually just dropped himself back through the field come the end of the race. And Colesberg down in 4th with Smith in 5th. Now Smith, is he going to line up Colesberg on the straight here? No, I think Smith's diving in, is he? No. I was going to say if he dives in there, that's very late entrance, but so again, taking some very narrow lines is Smith, but he's going to lose 5th place to the Saint. So unusual lines from Smith at the moment. So again, I'm not sure if he's on the hard tyre, so maybe he just knows that these other guys are a little bit quicker than him, but I seem to be giving a lot of space to the drivers around him. So there's some other issue going on that we can't see, but have a go here now is Smith up the inside of Saint at Church Corner. Again, very narrow, but that's fine through there because that's what you do, and that's worked that time. So up to 5th he goes again for Smith. So that was a better corner for him there. Really hugged that inside wall, didn't he, through Church, and it worked. But Saint's going to have another go back here. Oh, now Smith's just outbroke himself and he's going to lose that 5th place again to Saint, isn't he? Well, no, not quite, but side by side for these two, and behind them, Firepower watching on. So Smith in 5th then, Saint in 6th, Firepower in 7th, Fazzy there in 8th place, not Actually, I think it was one that came in. These are all the guys that came in, aren't they? So these all come in and out and got themselves back on the medium. So Fazzy, 80, DB, Pablo, Ginger, Bandit. These are all guys that have come in. So they've not got to worry about any stops now. They're all the way to the end on that compound. It's just a fuel they're going to watch out for. I'm not sure what the fuel consumption is going to be like in these cars, but certainly in the GR3 it will be a little bit close for comfort come the end. Seamus is still leading from Tiddy Milk, so not much happening up the top here, with Love Rocket in third, so they're all quite spread out here, the top three. And this Saint Firepower battle for 4 and 5. Actually, it was through turns 4 and 5, and we've got 4th and 5th place, so it's 2 going for it. Firepower looking better this time around. But again, he's trying to kind of moved out of the way early, didn't he? On lap 1, he got himself, he was on pole position, remember, then into turn 1, slowed right up, got himself on the outside, was letting them all go past him. But now he's got himself back to 5th place. And he's got a huge gap back then to the guys that came in. Fazzy leading that next group in 6th place. So all these guys from sort of 1st to 5th are all still got to come in, but they won't be coming in yet because these are the mediums. Still going to run the hard tyres, so they're going to run it, as I say, right until the last possible moments. Seamus in first. The fastest lap of 1:52.5 as he crosses the line to start lap 6. Up to turn 1, you can use all that curb, the blue included on the outside, on the right hand side, going into turn 1 to open up the corner. TD Milk there in second. The light is gaining on Seamus at this point. But if he stays where he is, he's had a good evening's work anyway, hasn't he? A win in race 1 and sitting here pretty in second place in race 2. Rocket Rods a bit isolated in 3rd place now. He'll just keep going. He'll just run his lines. At least he's not got anybody trying to take him out at the hairpins now, has he? So at least his car will be dent free by the time it's finished, well, hopefully. Looking at the Saint and Firepower still fighting for 4th and 5th place. Fazzy in 6th, 80 in 7th. Pablo in 8th place. Bandit in 9th. Ginger 10th. Colesberg in 11th. DB still scraping the barriers there in 12th. And Smith in 13th. These have come in, remember, all these guys. Very tough to get yourself going again though once you come in, and trying to get that momentum back up, especially with a different set of tyres on as well. It's a little couple of laps just to get used to everything. So Chili Milk in his personal best there, going over the line at 1:52.6, which is only a 10th slower than the fastest lap of Seamus. Saint's in now, so actually he's run quite a long time, isn't he, on those hard tyres of Saint, so he's done pretty well. Let's do half the race hards. That will give him a bit more of an advantage as Fazzy now takes that fastest lap in 5th place at 1:52.3. So Fazzy then, no surprise, is it? He's come out on those mediums, and looks like he's going in 5th place, and he's trying to, what he's trying to do here, I would think, is just trying to get as close, trying to close that gap in as best he can. Top 4, knowing that they've all got to come in. He could fly by while they're in pit lane. take that lead, so he's just trying to close them in as quick as he possibly can without making any mistakes, obviously. I think he'd be okay. He's not a million miles off fourth place firepower and the rest, so I reckon whenever they decide to come in, which of course they've got to at some point, I think he'd be okay. I think he could well take the lead of this race. Certainly if he carries on with the pace that he's showing at the moment. Again, knocking out fastest sectors here for Fazzy. So could get another fastest lap here if he has a nice clean sector 3. It's the braking zone at 14. Exits well up to 15, that fast right-hander. Let's have a look. So he's got a 1:52.3 as the fastest at the moment. He's going to beat that by some, I think, you know. Well, actually, by another 10th. So, and AD's just beat it, a 1:52.381. So, hundredths of a second quicker for AD in 6th place. So maybe AD's not finished yet. It's just showing a little bit of late pace as well on those medium tyres. So he too could be in a good position here once the guys up top goes in. Be interesting to see if AD can get closer to Fazzy. Maybe get a win. Who knows? Let's keep watching. We'll find out. So we're on lap 8 of 12. 4.5 laps to go here at Sardegna. Watch AD through 9. Two tenths up as well on his fastest lap, so he could be almost, if he carries on at this rate, he could get a 52 flat. And just as I say that, our leader Seamus has 52 flat from our leader. I think AD would be very close behind that when he crosses the line, but Seamus still knocking out fastest laps then. Starting of lap 9, 4 laps to go. So 1:52.07 for Seamus. And at 1:51.9, there you go. AD's just beat it. He's into the 1:51s. So AD really pushing hard. Seamus also still the fastest sectors, although that was a thousandth of a second there. Quicker that time. But he's still getting purples. 1:51.9 for AD, who's chasing down Fazzy. 5th place. Tiddy in 2nd still. I think he's seems like he's pretty content with where he is now. I don't think he's going to be too worried about pushing too hard to catch Seamus. At this point, Love Rocket Rods, I'd imagine, will be in the same sort of thought process. He's in 3rd at the moment, doesn't need to do anything silly, although they have got to come in still. Firepower in 4th place, just coming a little bit adrift from the top 3 and closing in fast. Got Fazzy and Aid in 5th and 6th place. Don't know whether our leaders are going to be in yet. Well, Seamus isn't. Tiddy is. I think Tiddy's just dived in, hasn't he? He has. So Tiddy is the first one to blink there. That's the top 4. Love Rocket staying out for one more. Goes up to 2nd place. Firepower. Let's see what he does as he comes round turn 15. Looks like he's diving in as well. So we've got Tiddy Milk and Firepower both in. Fazzy's going to grab both of those, and that's going to put him up into 3rd place. So there's part of the mission accomplished. to third for him, as we see Tiddy actually coming out right close to Fazzy. So that was very close, actually, a little bit closer than what I thought. But AD gets past Tiddy as well, so Tiddy back to fifth. AD does get, Fazzy does get that third place then. We'd love Rocket and Seamus still 1 and 2, but they're going to have to come in at the end of this lap to run the minimum 2 laps on the hard tyre. They've got choice other than to come in at the end of this one. But I do fancy that Fazzy's still going to grab them along with AD and Tiddy Milk, and I think that could well be the 1, 2, 3. So Fazzy in third, AD in fourth, Tiddy Milk in fifth. So can Tiddy, after winning in race 1, get himself on the podium for race 2? He's in a good place at the moment to achieve that. Now Seamus, we will watch him just in case he forgets that he's got to come in, but I can't imagine he will forget. He's going to just stay to the right and in he comes. So there's our leader in. Love Rocket also will dive in, go onto those hard tyres for the remaining couple of laps. So that's our leaders in. So Fazzy now coming through, full team, going to easily take these guys, although these guys will only want a little bit of fuel, obviously, with just 2 laps to run, so he's not going to have to wait in there too long. Let's see actually where they are. Just being serviced now. Rocket's not even in his box yet, but Fazzy's going to clear him. He's going to take the lead here. Oh, is he? Seamus is out. Now I think he's going to get the run him in, Fazzy. Fazzy's up the second. He's going to get the run him into turn 1, is he? No, he's not. Well, what's the finish we've got here? Obviously, Seamus now on the hard tyres, Fazzy on those very warm mediums. And I don't think Seamus is going to stand a chance. He's up to third. Love Rocket came out in 5th place, but yeah, I don't think Seamus is going to be able to keep Fazzy behind him for 2 laps here. Already right up behind him. Going to have his hands full for sure is Seamus. Now, it is kind of one line, not many passing opportunities, but oh, and that's not going to help. Seamus has run it wide, he's hit the barrier at Church, and that's an easy give to Fazzy, and up to the lead he goes. So that's pretty much game, set and match there. So I think Fazzy will now just clear off, and you would think that he will be victorious here in race 2. AD will also, I'd imagine, get past Seamus to take that second, but actually Tiddy Milks fell back a little bit. I was surprised. I thought he was a little bit closer than that. So Seamus could still be in with a possibility of a podium. To the end of this penultimate lap now. Now leave just 1 lap to go. Seamus isn't giving up on those hards, is he? But just fancy that the mediums are going to have a little bit better grip than those hard tyres. I think Tiddy Milk's out of this. It's between these 3 here now as they start the final lap. Fazzy goes over the line in 1st place, Seamus in 2nd, AD in 3rd, Tiddy Milk, there he is, in 4th to turn 1. Then Love Rocket in 5th. We've got Pablo in 6th, Bandit 7th, Colesberg in 8th, Ginger 9th, Saint in 10th, Firepower in 11th, Smith in 12th, and DB in 13th. We've got to stick with these guys up the top here because, well, this is the sharp end of the race. Tiddy's given everything he had and he's got no more to give, so he's out of the running. It is between these 3. What order are they going to finish in? At the moment, you would say it's as they are, but we know that AD's got some pace. We know that he's on the medium tyres. We know that Seamus is on the hard tyres, so can AD just get that 2nd place as they come kind of halfway around this final lap now. Oh, and another little mistake from Seamus, and that is going to allow 80 to get through. Just run it wide again. I think Seamus actually just staying out of the way, saying, look, clearly you're quicker than me on those mediums, you might as well have it. But I think Fazzy's done enough, and Seamus, big hit on the wall, but he's not going to trouble him. They've got barely any fuel now, they're coming right to the end, they're all flashing on the red fuel limit now. But we go to our leader, who actually he's got quite a bit of fuel left, funny enough, but he's done really well as Fazzy now comes out of the final corner to take the win here in race 2. So congratulations to Fazzy. Then AD does get that second place from Seamus in third. Well done, Seamus. Deserved to be on the podium there. Tiddy Milk in fourth. Love Rocket Rods will come in fifth place, ahead of Pablo in sixth. Then we got the Bandit in seventh, ahead of Colesberg in eighth. Ginger in ninth place. 10th for the Saints. Firepower will come in 11th. I don't know why the camera changes to the rear shot. There we go. This is the one we like. Firepower in 11th. Smith in 12th. DB in 13th. 80 did get that fastest lap as well. 1:51.9. And that is it for round 2 here at Sardegna. So excellent racing again. So we move on, I think, to the United States next time, to Daytona, which is going to be another interesting race. All about, there's definitely going to be about slipstream for part of that one. And well, sure that'll be an enjoyable race as always. So join me for that one in a week's time. And thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.